Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, Sloka 66, Part 62. Sarva-dharmān parityajya, mām ekaṁ śaraṇaṁ vraja, ahaṁ sarva-pāpebhyo, mokṣayiṣyāmi mā śucaḥ. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Swami Pillai Lokacharya has produced 18 granthas, well known as Ashtadasa Rahasyas, or 18 esoteric teachings. Of these, the crown of all his work is known as Sri Vachana Bhushanam. It is a collection of ornaments of sayings of the Alvars and Acharyas, explaining the nature of God, the self, bhakti and prapatti. In this great literature, he brings out 4 matters that a devotee should be incapable of doing. They are akritya karanam, bhagavat apacharam, bhagavata apacharam and asakya apacharam. In the previous session, we learnt about akritya karanam, not indulging in what has been rejected in the Shastra. In that, we learnt parahimsai, parastotram, paradhara parigraham, paradravya apaharam, asatya katanam and apakshya pakshanam. One should not trouble any living entities. One should not praise anyone other than the Lord and his devotees. One should not desire for another woman. We should never take someone else's property, either directly or indirectly, unless it is given to us by the owner itself. Speaking what is opposite to reality, truth, that doesn't help anyone. And lastly, eating foodstuff that are not recommended by the scriptures. In today's session, we'll learn about Bhagavata Apacharam, the offense committed to the Lord himself. Swami Pillai Lokacharya gives a great detail on this subject matter. Also, Manavala Mamuni given excellent commentary on this and other apacharams as well. Under Bhagavat Apachara, there are 6 different offenses has been mentioned. First is to consider Krishna at the same level of other devatas. For a Vaishnava, it is very important to understand that Krishna is Sarveshwara, Supreme Ishvara, Ishvara of everyone. It includes Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Varuna, Agni, etc. And he is the Antaryami, the super soul who resides within all the devatas and controls them. There is no one equal to him or higher to him. With that understanding, one should fully abstain from indulging in any relationship with any devatas. In this regard, there is a beautiful narration, beautiful story in Sri Varaha Purana, which brings out this point that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. There was a pot maker by name Nambadavan. We do not know his original name. He was born in a Chandala family and who were known for their merciless nature and activities. But quite contrary to his family tradition, he was very pious and deeply devoted to Sriman Narayana. He used to fast during Ekadeshi, getting up very early in the morning, and the next day he used to go to the vicinity of the temple with his veena in his hands. One time, during the month of Kritika, on a bright fortnight Dwadasi, the 12th day, he went to the temple early in the morning as usual. On the way, he was met by a Brahma Rakshasa who was very hungry and who therefore expressed his desire to eat him up. Unlike us, Nambadavan was very happy to offer his body for the food of Brahma Rakshasa, but he requested that let him go finish is anushtanam, is prayers that he's been doing for several years without failing on Ekadashi day. But the Brahma Rakshas did not spare him. He did not let him go, thinking that he would never return if he let him go. But Nambadwan made 18 promises to the effect that he would return, certainly. Number 1, if I do not return as per my promise, let me get the sin of a man who is a liar. Number 2, let me get the sin of a person who commits adultery if I don't return. Number 3, while eating in the company of a person, if a man differentiate in menu, that is serving inferior or less quantity of food to the guest, he gets a great sin. Let me get that sin if I don't return. Number 4, if a man donates a piece of an earth, a land, to a Brahmana and takes it back after some time, he will certainly occur sin. Let me get that sin if I don't return. Number 5, if a man enjoys the company of a woman during her youthful age and subsequently rejects her when she becomes old, he is sure to get sin. Let me get that sin if I don't return. Number 6, having performed ablution, tarpana, on Amavasya day for the ancestors, and then recourse having physical relationship to his wife on the same day, he will entertain great sin. Let me get that sin if I don't return. Number 7, having denied delicious dishes in the house of a host, and then if a person showers heaps of abuse on his host, he is sure to meet with great sin. Let me get that sin if I don't return. Brahma Rakshas was not ready to release the hand of Nambadwan. Nambadwan continues. Number 8, a man makes a solemn promise that he would give away his young daughter in marriage to a youth, but later on he breaks the promise, which would entertain great sin. Let me get that sin if I don't return. Number 9, a man is prohibited from eating without taking bath on Shashti, the 6th day of both fortnight, Ashtami, the 8th day, Chaturdasi, the 14th day, and Amavasya, the 15th day of bright fortnight. Let me get that sin if I don't return. This doesn't mean that only we have to take shower on Amavasya, Ashtami, Chaturdasi, so forth. We certainly have to take bath every single day without fail. But these days are specifically mentioned for the importance. Number 10, a man promises to donate something to another man, but he doesn't keep up his promise. Let me get the sin of breach of promise if I fail to come back. Number 11, if a person tries to allure the wife of a friend who has helped him in many ways, he is sure of reaching hell. I will get that sin if I fail to return. Brahma Rakshas not budging for any of these things. Number 12, if a person afflicted by lust enjoys the company of his teacher's wife, who is responsible for his salvation, and so also the company of the wife of a king who endows all worldly pleasure to him, he will be the worst sinner. I will suffer that sin by not keeping up my promise. Number 13, a man marries 2 girls without being impartial to both of them. If he derives greater pleasure in the company of one, rejecting the other, he is sure to occur very great sin. Let me get that sin if I don't keep up my promise. Number 15, if a man divorces his wife who is very chaste and has no one to care for her, he will become a sinner. Let me be equated to him for not returning. Number 15, if a man causes obstruction to the cattle that are afflicted by thirst to drink water, he will get a sin. let me also get that sin by breaking your faith in me. Number 16. Killing a Brahmana, addiction to liquor, stealing gold, breaking vow are considered to be serious crimes. Severe punishments are prescribed for a sinner who commits all these crimes. Let me suffer all these punishments in case I fail to get back to you. 16 promises. But the Brahmarakshas did not even budge an inch. Now the 17th promise that he makes. If some people worship only other deities and not Vasudeva, who is easily accessible to his devotees and who is omnipresent, they will get a great sin. Let me get that sin if I do not return. Interestingly, even for this, the Brahmarakshas did not release him. Then Nambadwan places his 18th vow. Sriman Narayana is the supreme deity. He is the inner soul of all created beings, both sentient and insentient, that is Chit and Achit. He is worshipped by all activities as prescribed in the Shastra. He is to be meditated by all who are desiring of liberation. He alone has the ability to grant salvation. He is to be reached by all the liberated souls. Having understood the supreme qualities of the Lord, if a man equates the Lord to other devatas who are bound by their karma, he will be born into this world again and again. Let me get that sin by breach of this promise. All the promises did not convince, did not satisfy the Brahmarakshas, but the 18th one totally convinced him about the certainty of Nambadwan, that he will return. We therefore have to understand that the last sin is the greatest sin of all sins, to equate Krishna to other devatas. Therefore, it has to be meticulously avoided. The Brahmarakshas became pleased by all these promises and saluted Nambadwan and bid him farewell, so that he may fulfill his vow that he does every Ekadashi and come back to him. And he did return back after finishing his prayers to the Lord. With the help of Nambadwan, the Brahmarakshas got liberated. Generally, people have this question: what will happen if I stop worshipping my Kula Devata? Won't they punish me? Certainly not. Rather, they will reward us. They are Anga of the Angi Narayana. Therefore, they will not get upset. Rather, they will be very happy that we are finally worshipping Krishna. All the devatas are Anga, part and parcel of Krishna, and Krishna is the whole, Angi. Anga cannot be equalized to Angi. At the same time, Anga should not be disrespected. It's like I love my father, but I hate his hands. No one would agree that as a true love. If one loves their father, one must also respect the Anga of the fathers. And these devatas are all Anga of Krishna. If someone equates Krishna with other devata, they will be there in the hell as long as there are sun and moon exist. They cannot escape from the punishment. When the scriptures are very clearly states that every devatas are part of the Supreme Lord, Anta pravishta shasta sarva-atma, tamishwaranam paramam maheshwaram, angananyan devataha. These are from the different Upanishads, which very clearly states that the devatas are Angam and Supreme Lord Krishna is Angi. And it is Krishna who is present in everyone's heart. That includes all the devatas as well. When it is so clear in the scripture, then how can one simply, shamelessly say that Krishna is equal to or one among the other devatas? So this is the first Bhagavata Apachara, to considering Krishna at the same level as Devatantaras. Second offense, apacharam, is sajatiya buddhi. Just because the Lord looks alike, He has nose, I also have nose. He has eyes, I also have eyes. He has hands and legs, I too have hands and legs. Therefore, considering the Mukhya avatars, when the Lord descended as Rama, Krishna, etc., as normal human, one start thinking that he is just like me, nothing better than me. Maybe he has some superpower he earned by tapasya or because of his purva karma. There are two types of avatars, Mukhya avatara, Amukhya avatara. Mukhya avatara is where the Lord himself descend into this world, like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Rama, Krishna and Kalki. Whereas Amukhya avatars are those where a selected Jivatma is empowered with the energy, potency of the Lord, like Vyasa, Narada, Kartavirya Arjuna, Swayambhuva Manu, and so forth. Irrespective of the Lord appears in a form of Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, or he appears as Rama, Krishna, Kalki, the Lord does not lose any of his unlimited qualities which are there in the supreme spiritual abode. As part of his Leela pastimes, he enters into the garbham of a woman being born on a particular day, goes through difficulties like Vanavasa, being moved from one city to another place, letting his spouse to be kidnapped, and then wandering in the forest crying out for her. He does his act perfectly, like a stage artist, but he is not bound by karmas at all. Instead, all of these happens out of his sankalpa, ichcha, desire, simply to help the jivatmas like us who are suffering in this samsara. Just because he looks like us, he goes through difficulties, he sleeps and eats, we start thinking that he is just like me. There is absolutely no difference. I am suffering, he is suffering. I was born, he was born. I die, he died. So this is called sajatiya buddhi, equating the Lord to us, considering him to be one among us. But the fact is, even though he is born as a boar, he never lacks any of his qualities. Even though he is born as a tortoise, he never loses any of his unlimited qualities. Krishna himself says this in the 4th chapter, 6th verse. Ajo api sanna avyayatma bhutanam ishvara api sanna prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atmamayaya. Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. So the first Bhagavat Apachara is to consider the Lord to be equal to other devatas. The second Apachara is considering the avatars of the Lord to be one among us, equating them to human. Let's continue rest of the Bhagavad Apachara in our next session. Thank you. Hare Krishna.